In 2016, when I was 15, I actually knew what I wanted. I wanted to write novels, I wanted to draw, I wanted to learn Japanese. Not because I was chasing a career, not because I was thinking about money, but because those things felt right in my body. Back then, my energy was still intact. I could sit down and focus without negotiating with myself. I could be curious without feeling guilty. I could create without asking, is this useful? Is this going to make money? Is this going to get me a job? Is this going to lead me to prospects? Is this going to lead me into connections? No. All I care about was to create something, creating a world, my own world, where I could do what I want with it and possibly share it with the world. There was no pressure to monetize, no demand to prove myself, no constant background noise of what are you going to be. 2016 wasn't perfect. I wasn't talented yet. I wasn't disciplined yet. But I had something more important than all of that. Clarity. And I've learned this the hard way. Clarity matters more than motivation. Motivation burns fast, clarity endures. What broke me wasn't a single failure, it was a slow, silent leak. Around 2017, my environment became unstable. My parents were often away for work in different cities. At home, I took on responsibilities that didn't belong to a teenager, helping raise younger siblings, absorbing adult conflicts, trying to be the emotional buffer between people who were hurting. I didn't have space to process any of it. No quietness, no silence, no containment, and most important of all, I have no room to recover, no room to breathe. So I looked for relief online, and that's where the leaks began. Oh boy. First leak there was I used social media as an escape. Facebook drama, endless argument. Later, darker corners of the internet, like Twitter, 4chan. I wasted all my potentials there, bro. Not creation, but just consumption. No expression, but just reaction. It was endless engagement bait, rage bait, drama, hype edits, racism, mockery, ridicule. It's always three of that. Either ridicule, mockery, or racism. That's all I. That's all the internet ever is, bro. The second league is communities without output, group chats, forums, Discord servers. A lot of talking, a lot of opinions, a lot of heated arguments, and very little finished work. I wasn't building any portfolio or anything that I can look back and be happy with it, and I can be proud of it. But I created nothing. All I remember was venting about my problems on the internet. I mistook connection for progress. And the third leak, uh, tools replacing intention. I bought the gaming laptop for design, for graphic design, to practice graphic design. That was in 2017. But instead of writing more, I wrote less. The tool became the excuse, the setup replaced the work. Fourthly, it was split commitments. Japanese literature club versus graphic design club. I left one but never truly committed to the other. I was halfway in, halfway out. And there was one more leak I didn't understand back then, premature criticism. I was exposed to feedback before I had any protection, before I had the muscle of finishing stuff. before I had the confidence to be bad in private. The important part is this: it wasn't because I was lazy, it was because I had no system protecting my focus. By the time I entered university in 2019, the damage was already done. My GPA collapsed, my confidence followed, and I kept switching paths, hoping one of them would save me. And I don't have to tell you about this. You can watch my previous video, and basically 2020 to 2025 was a huge blur. I tried to become a Unity game programmer, or becoming pixel artist, becoming a web developer, or quality assurance tester, and I got into a general affairs job, but nothing works. All I ever done up to this point was fulfilling other people's expectations, and this sucks. You see, I have my own fault in my choices. I made my choices that led me here, but I want to tell you that your environment matters too. The circumstances of your life matters too. I know there are a lot of you who maybe have your own problems, your own difficulties, your own hardships, and it's okay. I think if you think that's unfair that it happens to you, you look at other people and wow, they got better GPA, they can write better than you, they can code better than you, they can draw better than you, they have a job and you don't, and that sucks. Especially if all you think about was getting employed, was getting money, and you forgot to be a human, to do whatever you want. So I know I'm not alone in this. If I don't think about applying for jobs, I would just scroll my day away. I would scroll, and of course, like, I would play video games without looking at the time, and I would go into shady sites and dirty sites that I will not be part of it. And I have no buffer activities like hobbies. It's basically gone. I either sit down in numbness. I either get told what to do or get yelled what to do. Either I got hated or I got ignored. The only thing I remember from 2020 to 2025 was I'm a housekeeper. I'm a caretaker. Hell, if you would give me a job as housekeeper, I would do it right now. Because that's all I'm good at. Despite having a computer science degree, I think it's pointless. Because all I ever remember was running errands and doing chores and getting yelled at. Chores, errands, getting yelled at, or I get guilt tripped. People around me, especially people that I live with daily, love to guilt trip me. They will constantly tell me things that would hinder my drive, my willpower to do things, because they always ask, when will you get a job? What happens to your applications? Or when are you going to be independent? Stop being a bad example for your younger siblings. And I've tried defending myself, but eventually this year 2026, I just want to be quiet about it. I don't want to respond to that kind of comments anymore, to those kinds of criticism anymore. I don't know if it's I know they are concerned about when will I ever to be able to have an income and get away from them, but I'm trying. I'm looking for what I do best, and this was before COVID, before the 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 household drama even started in the first place. I don't like computer science. I don't like programming. I don't see a future in tech, software engineering, or IT in general. I thought my place was there. I thought I could get away from this household drama and then live my own life, but no, it never happened. So right now, I think it's best to say that 2026 is the new 2016. That's the last time I had a resemblance of what the good life is. I know the damage has already been done. I still got my decor fan right here. My vision get worse every day. I still got no money, but what do you know? I finally bought a graphic tablet and it's big. And this will be my tool of happiness. This will be my money machine. My money machine. You know that song, Money Machine? And I will cherish this tool like none other. Because I finally be able to say, maybe if no job want me, then I'll just do the work that I want to do. I'll work, but I'll do the work that I want to do. Okay, I'll get a job, but you have to let me be the person who I was before this household drama, before COVID, before getting caught in endless assignments that end up being a huge waste of money that doesn't even amplify my already existing talents and affinity. I'm not making excuses. I'm not being childish. I'm just finally know what I want to do in life, and you can change that. You can't even argue about that to me. All I want to say is this is a video that will be an archive and I will never delete it. I encourage you to, maybe if you're feeling stuck, your high school self or maybe middle school self or maybe even your primary self was already found what they want, but getting caught in so much drama that you didn't even want. And so yeah, let's move on. I don't want to relive the past, I want to correct it. I'm not here to talk about 2020 to 2025. That period was noise, pandemic, survival mode, hypervigilance, constant interruption, and bullshit. I have to say that. Unfinished attempts layered on top of unfinished attempts. What matters is now, 2026 will be different, not because life is suddenly easy, but because the structure of the problem has changed. The biggest conflicts are no longer vertical. I'm no longer carrying everyone else's emotional weight. My siblings are independent. The house is quieter. For the first time, the problem is horizontal, like routine, discipline, and output. And that's a problem I can actually solve. So I'm rebuilding deliberately, quietly, not by chasing trends, not by joining communities, not by performing online, but by finishing things. One finished novel in my native language, so I'll write a novel before 1 May 2026. Not for prestige, but for proof. Daily art practice, not for likes, but for muscle memory. Pixel art and concept art, because skill should be concrete. Reading books again, like maybe this manga right here. I also deactivated my Twitter account, all of my Twitter account, back in 18th January yesterday. This is a good manga, you know. I'm slowly getting back into reading again because what's the point of scrolling? There's no end to scrolling, man. It only rots your brain. You will get caught in stuff that you don't even like racism, ridicule, and mockery. That's all internet is offering to you, I think. Social media too, unless you already got good friends. But I think most of internet is like that. You just engagement based over and over again. I think 80% of internet users are dumb. They're worthless, I think. So you better protect your peace by going offline and enhancing your work, your real talents and actual skill right now. Figure out what you really want to do. Accept the skills that's posted on job boards because they're not actually hiring, right? I have applied for like 300 jobs, from IT to software to web development to QA to even non-IT jobs like admin jobs, data jobs, general affairs job, teaching job, English teaching job, and I found no luck in it. So I end up only venting my frustration online, and that ruins my reputation even more. So I don't actually care about employment anymore, man. But I'm gonna try to keep making money somehow. But I need skill for that, and this will be the start. Graphic tablets and drawing. I actually found my niche after all these years. I found my fandom, and it's the Tom Clancy's The Division. And yeah, if you found this video and your first thought is to ridicule me and give a shit, I've been through a lot and I finally know what I want. If 2016 to 2019 was a leaky beta version, then 2026 to 2029 is a stable release with boundaries, firewalls in intentions. I'm not chasing validation anymore. I've learned what it costs. This time I'm building quietly because this time I'm not trying to escape my life. I'm finally designing it. So while we wait until we get to 20-minute mark, I just want to say I'm happy for you to keep trying this year. I'm happy that you are surviving 2025, 2024, 2023, and you find yourself in 2026. The year is still long. You must do whatever you can to stay alive, to be happy, to go what you're after, to do what you like. You must carve a time, at least 1 hour to 4 hours each day, to doing whatever you like. Maybe your hobby is doing sports, maybe practicing how to cook, maybe you like building Legos, solving puzzles, I don't know. But when the world is keep being uncertain, you must listen to what your yourself really want before the fucking internet, bro, before social media. Especially Gen Z, if you are age 20 to 25, you already know what you want before the internet hits your fucking brain. You already know what you want before the internet hits. Whatever you're doing right now, maybe it isn't what you want. Maybe that's what the internet wants of you. Maybe your goal, your person right now, it's not your goals, it's your parents' goals. It's your friends on the internet goals. So think hard, think deeply, go after what you want. Screw formal employment. You can make money with formal employment, but finally, just keep doing what you make you happy. Peace. Thank you.